Hey guys, what's up? Today's a little quick. Well, hopefully it's quick. I mean, it might be long to be honest. But if you guys know, then if you guys are like kind of OGs, I mean, the comics I was working on that got delayed for a little bit. But I just want to talk about like stuff that's going to happen and stuff. So, we're gonna get into that right now. So you know how like Disney, like Disney Comics, the MCU, Lionsgate, Fox, they all have phases and like universes for movies. So since we don't have much time because school already started, so I have school, and my dad, who is the illustrator, he has work, he travels a lot, so we don't have much time. I just wanted to make like a timeline for like phase one that like could hopefully you know, be finished by like mid 2020, like phase one. So we're gonna start the timeline. I just wanted to, see what could happen. Try to publish these. If they don't come out, then I mean, I wouldn't be too hype if they don't, because if they don't, then they don't. So yeah, let's get right to it. So Zeus, the first hero, obviously, you guys know. Hold up, let me put my schedule up. So that hopefully, so we actually already have the draft and we know what we're doing. We know the plot of it, who he's facing and stuff. Hopefully, I'll be finished with it for the final draft and then the writing and script, and then get all the drawing down. So it's gonna obviously introduce Zeus, the god of lightning, and how his backstory introduces all the Mother Lords like Titan, Gaia, Vengeance, and him. And then, Vengeance, his antagonist in this, his evil brother, his backstory, and then his backstory will unfold the element stones, which I might change that to element crystals because I just like that better. I mean, in the illustration that we were thinking of, they looked more like crystals instead of stones, so I might change those to crystals. And also, I don't want to be copying straight off of you know DC and MCU and call it stones or mother boxes, so I might change them to crystals or gems, something like that. But in the comics, in the Marvel comics, they were called gems most of the time. So I think I might call them element crystals instead because they also look like crystals. So yeah. So they're gonna it's gonna talk about Zeus, his backstory, how that introduces all the Mother Lords, and then include Vengeance and his backstory, which is gonna unfold element stones. I do think Zeus, the first hero, will probably be the second best comic in phase one. So let's move on. So hopefully by January 2020, we can introduce Metal Man. So this is gonna be hard to make because like I said, I don't want to copy off of like other past and future comics, like MCU and DC comics. So I I'm gonna say Metal Man hopefully can come out by January. Unfold his backstory, how he's so smart. I didn't want to make him too much of an Iron Man. I kind of wanted to make him more of a Batman, like really smart and like really tech guy. But they're kind of both the same thing. Like he has like the brains, and the smartness, but like he also has the skills like Black Panther with all the vibranium shields. But obviously, it's not gonna be called that. But yeah, so that's how it unfolds his backstory and how his try not to spoil most of it, but how his parents died. Um, that's his backstory, and introducing his stepbrother, who will be named Bionic Bot, who will also be his antagonist. He's kind of rogue in the story, in my plot. And then it's going to unfold the Electricity Stone, which does not mainly appear in Zeus, the first hero, but we get some info on it and how it can be used and where it's located, and then how it can use nuke-like power. So that's that. I do think this will probably, in my opinion, Metal Man will probably be my least favorite out of all of them in Phase 1. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Hopefully I'm not saying fully gonna happen, but at least by spring 2020, we could get Captain Victory, the ice battle. And it's gonna introduce Captain Victory and his antagonist, Iceman. It's gonna introduce both of their backstories. They're not like related in any way, but yeah. And then the Water Stone will be introduced, but this timeline plot will be moved to like late 1990s. I'm saying this because, like, you know, I kind of want to start it from like the beginning. So Zeus, and then I'm gonna say Captain Victory comes in, and then Metal Man. But before all that, after Zeus, you get. We'll get to that in a second. But Captain Victory, like I said, it will include Captain Victory and Iceman. It will, you know, be in late 1990s. Introduce the Water Stone again, and then it will have both of their backstories. I do think this will probably be my fourth favorite, so second to least favorite in Phase 1. So after that, hopefully by summer 2020, I do think this one will get fully published, just like Zeus the First Hero. It has a big chance of getting published. Summer 2020, Torpedo, King of the Sea. It's going to introduce Torpedo, you know, his backstory, and his Queen of the Sea, Coral. So they're both Coral, if you know Gaia from like Zeus First Hero, Mother Lord, sister of God, Zeus. She created Coral after creating Earth with water, and then one of the first people, Torpedo, who married her off of land, Gaia, turned him into he gave him immortality, and they became King and Queen of the Sea. This will probably be my second favorite in the whole Phase 1 timeline. So it's going to talk about Torpedo, his backstory, and his queen. The Water Stone coming in again, and then introducing Coral to the story and the plot, and also introducing Kraken, who will be the antagonist, and someone else, you know, but we're not going to get to that right quick, because we're not going to talk about it. I will name him. Actually, no. You guys are going to have to see. I actually do think he'll make a nice appearance in this. And then, last but not least, fall 2020, hopefully we can get Gaia and Coral, Women of War, in there. So it will introduce Gaia and Coral back to the situation, and then it will introduce the Water Stone again, but also introduce the 6 realms for Gaia's part, and then Element Pyramid, where it went after Zeus the First Hero. We're not going to talk about that though. Don't want to spoil. And on Coral's part, Tsunami, her sister, who wanted to marry Torpedo to be Queen of the Sea, was turns evil on her and wants to try to kill her. And then her backstory and why she wants to. So, honestly, I do think that would be my third favorite out of all of them in Phase 1. But, I do think all will be really great, and hopefully you guys like them. I was just trying to go over the timeline, hopefully that we could get all these published. And, yeah, so really, that was pretty much it. Trying to talk about the timeline. After that got delayed, you guys were asking about it. So, I just want to tell you guys that. So, that's probably Phase 1 timeline. You're thinking, Malachi, in your old video, first talking about it when you were making it, there's like so many other people. There's like 20 other people. Well, this is Phase 1, like I was saying. We're dividing it up because, honestly, me and my dad don't have that much time in the world. Like, you know, he has to travel a lot. He does work, you know. I have to go to school, you know. I barely even get time to see him. So, it's going to be hard, but hopefully, if we work together as a team, then we can get this finished, get this out to you guys, and, yeah. So that would be dope if all these get finished. I'm going to say the least most likely to happen will probably be Captain Victory. Is spring 2020. I mean, I guess spring break because we'll probably go down to Florida. I guess I could write the script of it and then let my dad know what the characters look like so he could illustrate them out, think what he wants. And honestly, yeah, the illustrating part is all his. So if he can make these characters look dope, that's up to him. That's not up to me. I'm just gonna talk about what they look like and like what they're kind of about, and then he'll probably make them up in his head, draw them out, see how he likes it, tells me, I'll see how I like it. If we agree, we agree. If we don't, we don't. We'll just go over it. So hopefully we can get all these published out. If we do, then we do. If we don't, we don't. Sorry, but yeah. So that's phase 1 timeline. I'm gonna do 4 parts for each phase. Probably actually 3 parts. I'm probably gonna do 3 phases, because over time, you know, because we'll probably do, you know, like 3 phases, but we're gonna have to work on it together. We're gonna have to see if he agrees. Honestly, I think he will, but you know, it's gonna take time to make all these. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in phase 2, that video, and yeah, peace.